Hey everybody, so we are going to be talking about how to be translating from English to algebra. You're going to be seeing word problems, and I know some of you are like, no! Well, it's going to end up happening, and so instead of us being scared of it, let's just be better prepared for it. This is going to take up all of page 4 on your notebook. I'm going to be using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 different colors. And I will be zooming in for y'all, just so you guys can see a little bit better and whatnot. Right. Again, this is going to be on page 4, which is the next page in your notebook currently. All right. So we know that the most basic and the first operation that we learn in math class is addition. So I'm going to make it just a tiny bit little cute, and I'm going to draw a plus sign here. Hopefully your plus sign is a whole lot better than mine. Addition. Okay, guys, this is my redemption mode right here. All right, so these are the words that you're going to see in word problems that mean, hey, you're adding. In fact, that's our first one. All right, we've got add, sum, increase, more, augment, and exceeds, and more than. Now here's the deal. 2 of these have something special about them. So I am going to leave a big star on this one. And I'm going to put 2 stars on this one. We will come back to this. Don't worry. Don't fret. We'll be right back. All right? Because I want to talk about subtraction before we get there. So now, by the way, I know that I'm drawing these signs. I would ask that you draw it at least once. You don't have to. But, in case if you have amnesia suddenly, you remember what that sign looks like. All right, so the first one, of course, we know. And most of these are kind of similar. They're just the opposite of addition. These are in a little bit of a different order than that one. There are also some new ones that we don't really see in addition. So you've got minus, less than, from, difference, take away. And you've got 2 more, which are decrease and diminish. You know what I just realized that we forgot in addition? The main one. Plus. Guys, I'm sorry. All right. So this one also has 2 that are very special. This one is going to get the 2 stars. Less than. And from and difference are going to get 1 star each. Now, the 1 star is because for sum and difference, and sometimes even from, it just kind of depends. But both of these, you will need parentheses. But also order matters. So pretty much what that means is like, say for example, let's see, I'm going to put it in a different color just so you guys can see it. Say you had the sum of 7 and 3. Then you would write that as 7 plus 3. And if it's in a different problem, then you might have to put parentheses around it. The same thing applies when you have difference, for example. So it's the difference of 7 and 3. It's telling you, hey, it's going to be 7 minus 3. Your order matters. So if you've got a highlighter, use it, because that is super important, okay? For sum, difference, and the word from. Now, we also have the double stars right here for less than and more than. When you see this word than, it means you flip. I don't care if you're adding, I don't care if it's subtracting. When you see that word than, you flip. Something to point out, by the way, if I had said is more than, well, then it would be the greater than sign if it has an is in front of it. If it had an is in front of the less than, then of course it would be the less than symbol. But they don't, so we're not talking about that. If you need to make yourself that note, do it. All right, so here are some examples. All right, if we have 2 less y, that's just 2. And you can mark it up a little bit and see if that helps you. So they will try to write out these numbers just to make you think, oh my God, I'm reading some. You're not reading, you're reading a number. You'll be fine. So we're going to write 2 less y. Well, y is just a y. So it becomes 2 minus y. That's it. You just translated. All right. Now, here are the ones that we are going to talk about first. So you've got 2 less than y. Now remember, we said if you see this word than means you flip. So instead of it being 2 minus, we write minus 2. And then we write this first thing over here. So your answer for this would be y minus 2. That's how you translate it. Than means you flip. So let's try another one. And this time we're going to do an addition. Now, I know an addition order doesn't matter, but I want you to get used to it and get into the habit of it now, so that no matter which operation you see it with, well, you know what you're doing. Can't be out there looking like a fool, you know. So you see the word than, which means I know I'm going to have to flip. So I'm going to say 2 right here is more than, we've got that, we did the flip, plus 2, then y. Another way that helps me do this is as I'm reading, I'm like, okay, 2, oh, more than, so I'm going to put the plus in front of it. Do whichever is easiest for you in helping you remember that we are going to be flipping when you see the word than. All right, that's honestly the harder of any of these operations. The next ones are, well, they're kind of pretty simple. So the next one we're going to do is multiplication. Now for multiplication, okay, you've been used to seeing like this big X or whatnot. You can also see the dot, parentheses, the star, whatever you use for multiplication. But for right now, to symbolize it, I'm going to use the X. When we're writing things out, we are going to get to a point where we're not even using these symbols. Because here's a quick trick. Mathematicians, and don't tell anybody this, we're lazy. So we stop writing all these different operations. If we don't need them, then it's okay if it's understood. All right, so we've got our most basic one, times by. So like a 4 by 6 would be 4 times 6. Product. This one is going to be one of our 1 stars because the order matters. So the product of 5 and 7 would be 5 times 7. Of and twice. So, for example, twice is a very specific multiplication one. What that means right here is that you're multiplying times 2. That's it. So it's telling you exactly how many times you're going to do something. All right, next we're going to do division. I'm going to do it in a gold color. I am going to use our very traditional division symbol. Kind of like what we did in our PEMDAS assignment. All right, so division into quotient. And quotient is going to be, is going to be our 1 stars. The order is going to matter. So the quotient of 35 and 5, it would be 35 divided by 5. If I said it backwards, if I said the quotient of 5 and 35, it would be 5 divided by 35. So again, 35 divided by 5 is going to give us that 7, while this is just going to give us a fraction, which I know all of you love so much. Okay, so break into. So I'm breaking it into 3 pieces. I'm dividing it into 3 pieces. By and half. So honestly, when you're halving something, you're just dividing it into how many pieces? 2. So you're dividing this by 2. And this comes in from the whole concept that, a fraction is actually just a division symbol. Okay. I know some of your minds are like, what? How? So it's your top divided by your bottom. So 1 divided by 2 is half, or 1/2. If you didn't know that, I know. You're welcome. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Now, let's go ahead and go into our last one that you're going to be seeing this year. And actually, you will see some more things that you're going to be learning, but these are our most basic ones. I'm drawing a big old equal sign. And I'm going to be cute. And instead of bullet points, I'm going to use equal signs. So is or are gives is the same as yields becomes, and I have one more, which is results. So I'm just going to write it in here. Right. So here's what we've got. And whoa. And this is what your notes should look like right now. So you've got yesterday's notes over here. And then here are today's. Thanks for watching.